AutoCAD has myriad options that you will learn as you gain more experience with the program. In this video, I will introduce you to system variables and the options dialog box, which allows you to set many program and drawing-specific options. Open the Office Plan 2 sample file, and then zoom into the core. Notice that the doors have a jagged appearance. This is controlled by a system variable. Type in OP Enter to access the Options command. This dialog box has many tabs which contain numerous options. Go to the Display tab, and under the Display Resolution area here, there are 4 different system variables which are specific to the current drawing. That's what this icon indicates. It says Current Drawing up here. The options without this icon are application options. Once you set them, they stay that way, no matter which drawing file you open. In this case, I want to change the arc and circle smoothness system variable right here. And by hovering over it, I can see that it's accessed directly by the viewRes command. I could change it here, but let's go and access the viewRes command directly so you'll understand how system variables work. Cancel out of the Options dialog and type viewRes. On the command line it says, do you want fast zooms? Take the default option, which is indicated in the angled brackets here. So if you press Enter, it's the same as typing yes. Enter the circle zoom %. Remember in the Options dialog, it was set to 100, so that's the value here that's given in the angled brackets. I'm going to change that to 1000 and press Enter. Immediately, the arcs have a smoother appearance because their curvature is now approximated by more numerous straight line segments, so that at this magnification it looks like a nice curve. If you increase viewRes all the way to its maximum value of 20,000, you get perfectly smooth arcs at the expense of having more geometry to represent on the screen. And this can become a significant issue in a really complex drawing. Let's go back into the Options dialog by typing OP Enter, and you can see that the change we made directly to the system variable is shown here in the Options dialog. So the Options dialog box is really a front end, or interface, to all of the various system variables that exist, which are accessible from the command line. Again, let's cancel out and draw a few lines. I'll use the Line tool, and I'll just click some random points here on screen. And then I'll right-click. We get this shortcut menu where we can choose Enter to end the command. Now there's a more efficient way of drawing lines, which I'd like to introduce you to, and it requires a change to one of the program options. So again, type OP Enter, and this time go to the User Preferences tab and click Right-click Customization. Here we have an option to turn on time-sensitive right-click. Let's take that option by checking the box. And what this does is it allows you to right-click to signify Enter. And if you do that quickly, it will mean Enter. If you take longer when you right-click by holding the right-click button down more than 250 milliseconds, then it will open the regular shortcut menu. Let's try this out. Apply and close, and OK. Now let's draw some more lines. Line, and I'll click a few points, and then right-click. It functioned as an Enter to end the command. I'll right-click again to repeat the line command. So in this way, you can very rapidly draw objects by using the right-click as an alternative to the Enter or spacebar keys. If instead you right-click and take a little bit longer to do it, it opens that same shortcut menu. Let's save this file under a different name. I'll click the Save As command here on the Quick Access toolbar, and I'll double-click in the My Files subfolder. I'll save it under the same name, Office Plan 2, but this file is different because I've drawn some lines and changed a drawing-specific option. Switch to your file system and go into the My Files subfolder. There's just the single file in this folder. I'll switch back to AutoCAD, and let's make a change to it. Perhaps I'll draw another line. I'll save by clicking the icon on the Quick Access toolbar, and then switch back to the file system. Note that there's now a second file here called officeplan2.bak. This is a backup file, and it's saved whenever you overwrite an existing file just by saving. The backup file is that drawing. It's the previous version of the drawing, and you can't open it yet. If for some reason Office Plan 2 was corrupted or otherwise deleted, you could simply rename officeplan2.bak to officeplan2.dwg, and then you could open it. Not everyone likes this functionality where you have a separate backup file, because it takes twice the time to save, and it takes twice the space on your server to save your files. So you can turn off this feature with a system variable. I'll switch back to AutoCAD and type isave BAK and press Enter. Here we can change its value. And this is an example of a switch. It's on when it's set to 1, and it's off when it's set to 0. I'll type 0 Enter to turn it off. Now AutoCAD will no longer save backup files. That's true no matter which drawing file I open, because that change is an application-specific setting. You've learned how to configure a few options, and now understand how both drawing-specific and program-wide preferences are configured.